Woo! You know what time it is? It's this time for a Flavor of the Month deck profile. So today we are doing, I forgot how red these sleeves are, Kykar Winds Fury. So what it does, this is a binder deck, basically, is what I want to say. Flying, when you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying, and you sack a spirit to add red mana. So that's what it does. So we will just kind of get into it. Well, let me get these going here. You can kind of see. So we'll start with the creatures. It's like a bird tribal sub-theme as well. So we have Isha, flying, going to cast spell, put a counter on it, and it's partner, but that doesn't matter. Strix is just a bird. So with bird with kicker, so when it comes to play, if you paid the kicker, put feathers counter on it, all the birds get +1/+1 for each feather counter on my boy here. Bird, literally just a useless bird. Another bird. And so there's phoenixes too. So we have birds and phoenixes because phoenixes are like birds, right? So phoenix. That's it. This one's from my OG time. We have Wall of Fire, an original card that I kept from my first days of Magic of M13. So that's in here just to pay homage to that. Ornithopter of Paradise, add 1 mana of any color. Palladium Myrrh adds 2 mana of any color. Generous Plunderer is a fun card, which I think I'm going to put into something else soon. Menace at the beginning of your upkeep. You may create a treasure token. When you do, target opponent creates a tapped one, but then Plunderer deals damage to defending player equal to the number of artifacts they control, so it can get a lot of damage. Esper Sentinel, everybody knows what this is. Just it's a good ramp card. So whenever opponent casts a first non-creature spell, each turn, draw a card unless a player plays X, where X is Esper's power. Shore, crazy card, but it's equal to the number of islands you control. When it attacks, you put a flood counter on an island, and so it is an island in addition to the other types. In the first instance sorcery spell you cast each turn costs blue or 1 less to cast for each land you control with a flood counter on it. So pretty sweet. This is in here just as a big body to slam down. Enters battlefield with indestructible. If you cast it from your hand, remove an indestructible counter. It deals 7 damage to 3 targets. So pretty cool. And then some of the big baddies. You have Elish Norn from the binder, Kozilek from the binder, and Emrakul the World Anew from the binder of things that I've pulled throughout the years. I don't need to read these. They're big, they're bad, and that's what they're here for. Moving on next to the instants and sorceries. You should have a kind of good amount. Wow, I pulled that perfectly. So, Frantic Search, draw spell, Path to Exile, removal, Bolt, 3 damage, Shock, 2 damage, Lightning Helix, 3 damage, gain 3 life, Spear, 3 damage, Revitalize, 3 damage. No, gain 3 life, draw a card, no damage. Opt, Scry, draw. Long-term plans, Tutor, put 3 from the top. Love this card. I bought 4 of them when I found out it was a thing. Unleash Fury, double the power of target creature until end of turn. Flying Crane Technique, this is better than what you think it would be. So it is a big body of a 6-drop, but untap all creatures you control. They gain flying and double strike until end of turn. Like, I've used this to win the game a few times. Counter spell, because really nice Dawn Truce, because it was in my binder. Gift a card, permanent you control, gain hexproof. If the gift was promised, permanents also get indestructible. So great card for a 2-drop. Everybody Lives, another amazing 2-drop out of my Doctor Who cards. All creatures get hexproof, indestructible on the turn. Players can't gain hexproof. Players gain hexproof. Players can't lose life, and players can't lose the game. So it just keeps everybody alive. Index, modify 5 from the top, put them in any order. Sleight of hand, look at top 2, choose 1. 1 goes to the bottom. Preordained, Scry, draw. Slip through space. Target creature can't be blocked. Draw a card. Dawn from Dreams, look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Deep Analysis, target player draws 2 cards with the flashback of 2 and pay a life. Return an artifact from graveyard to the battlefield, because there's a few artifacts in here. Farewell, exile stuff, Blasphemous Act, 13 damage to all creatures. So, Powerful, removal, good stuff. Because you want to, those cards help you make the spirits. When you make the spirits, you can get the big guys in play. Or you can get pretty much anything into play because you just sack the spirits, you add mana, and you can play whatever you want. So next we are going to the artifacts. Yep, artifacts, then the enchantments here. So artifacts, we have Mox Amber. Great card. Tap, add 1 mana of any color among legendary creatures and planeswalkers you control. Signet, add a mana. Thought Vessel, add a colorless. No max hand size. Stone, Sphere, go to Lotus, add 3 mana of 1 color. Shrine of Burning Rage, a little older card. At the beginning of your upkeep, whenever you cast a red spell, put a charge counter on it. 3, tap, sack, Shrine, deals damage equal to the number of charge counters on it to target creature or player. So it's a bomb when you play things, basically. Idol of Oblivion, draw a card. If you create a token, you're going to create tokens. 8, sack it. 10/10 all draws you. Boots, hexproof, haste. Simple. Is that in here twice? No. Alright, cool. Dragon's Claw, whenever a player casts a red spell, you gain a life. Elixir of Immortality, 2, tap, gain 5 life. Shuffle this and the graveyard. And the graveyard in the library. And Vexing Puzzle Box is just a fun little treat. Whenever you roll 1 or more dice, put any number of charge counters on Vexing Puzzle Box equal to the result. You roll a d20, add a mana, remove 100 counters, and tutor for an artifact card, and you put it on the battlefield. So it's cool, because there's some decent artifacts in here, and you have some artifact creatures, so you might as well. I run it just because I like fun things like that. So now we'll go to the enchantments before we hit the utility planeswalkers and lands. So Smothering Tithe, whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2, you get a treasure if they don't. Anointed Procession, it's in here to double your tokens with Kykar, so instead of getting 1 spirit, you'll get 2 spirits when you play instants and sorceries. Raid Bombardment, whenever a creature you control with power 2 or less attacks, Raid Bombardment deals 1 damage to that player or planeswalker that creature is attacking. So good card, because if you have a decent amount of spirits and you swing and they're flying and you're already dealing damage from them by attacking. Impact Treasures, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under control, Impact Tremors deals 1 damage to each opponent. Same thing. This is pretty much the same thing. War Leader's Call and the Resolve both are essentially pumpers, so creatures get +1/+0 and have haste with this. Creatures get +1/+1. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, deals 1 damage to each opponent. Exactly the same thing as the last card. At the beginning of the end step, exile any number of non-token artifacts under creatures you control, return those to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. So, yeah. It's cool. They're really, 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 really nice. The only planeswalker in here, so I'm just going to pick up the whole pile, is Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Card that always gets cut for every deck, but it's just so fun to play around. Exile a top card of your library. You may cast that card. If you don't, Chandra deals 2 damage to each opponent. Add 2 red mana. Chandra deals 4 damage to target creature with a -3. And 7 is you get an emblem with whenever you cast a spell. This emblem deals 5 damage to any target. So, simple. Beautiful 3-tree city, so you could do spirits or birds. You choose a creature type, add a mana, 2 tap, choose a color, add an amount of mana of that color equal to the number of creatures you control of the chosen type. So, very good card. Rogue Passage makes something unblockable. Spire for a couple different, like a land that can attack things. And then, basically, the rest are just utility lands for scrying, and then you're into just a bunch of basics from there. So, yeah, I mean, pretty much that's my Kykar deck. I think it's won a couple games. It's just there to be silly and just enjoy playing with some friends and, making spirits, making birds fly attacking, and then maybe you'll just drop an Eldrazi on someone. So, there you are. One more time, look at that nice Bloomburrow Commander foil card. So, yeah, if you enjoyed it, there's some other tech profiles, or if you think the deck sucks, that's fine too. It kind of does. But I have fun with these decks, and I like playing Magic in a very specific, silly way. So if you like being a silly guy, this deck is probably for you. If you have my binder and a bunch of these cards laying around. But yeah, Kykar Winds Fury deck profile. So there we go. You have it. If you want to play it, I will definitely have the link on Tapped Out. Still trying to get the whole mana box thing situated. Sorry, I wasn't on the last video if you do mana box, but I will try to get it up on this one. So yeah, that's really all I got for you. John _Deadcorn signing out from the Flavor of the Month deck profile. Leave a comment. Tell me what I can improve on. Engage. Just do whatever you want. I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Yeah, tell me what you do. If you want to improve this deck at however you want, Tell me what to do. Yeah, that's what I got. See ya. Why not?